William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois.
You're going to sleep.
KUGAN, CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global.
MTK Global. Big Baby Meaver and KUGAN Cassie.
Big Baby Miller, Jarrell Miller. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Just been grinding, man. Back to what I do best, and figuring out the path for my career, and doing interviews again, and doing meetings, and figuring out what's best for me.
Obviously, we caught up more or less bang on 2 weeks ago in New York, and I appreciate you kind of giving the first interview to myself.
Correct.
Which I'm grateful for. Has anything kind of happened of significance in the last 2 weeks with potentially when you could be fighting again to do with your suspension?
A lot of once that video came out, a lot of promoters been calling. A lot of promoters are like, oh, we didn't know. Why didn't you just say that in the beginning instead of coming out with the first couple of interviews? I said, man, sometimes you kind of shut everything off and kind of deal with it internally. It was something that, I kind of wanted to explain out to the fans, but I just wasn't ready yet. And I felt like sooner would have been better. You know what I mean? But like I said before, there's a lot of things on my team that I needed to get right, mentally, physically, with myself as well. So when the time was right, I did it with you because, your interviews get a lot of real boxing fanatics, especially in the UK too. A lot of American guys reached out, but I don't like the way how one specific guy broke the news first, without educating and what's his name from ESPN, Ralph something, forgot his name. It was just the way how the information came out. Dan Raphael, the way how the information came out wasn't correct. It wasn't right. It was kind of harsh, and that kind of hurt me because being an American guy, an American reporter, and I felt like kind of got stabbed in the gut. You know what I mean? So, I said, you know what? I'm gonna give somebody else a shot and really sit down and talk to them. And your interviews are always great, even when guys talk shit about me. Even when Eddie Hearn talk crap about me on camera, it's still fun to watch and still, something to look at.
When you spoke to me, you told me that you're kind of planning on hopefully returning by the end of 2019. Is that still the case?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'm looking at trying to get 2 fights, October and December. We're just looking at the right promotional group to deal with. There's some things in my contract because of what have came up. It's working out in my favor. The main thing is finding the promoter that I can co-promote with BB Promotions that will lead me in the right direction and back to a title shot.
Do you rule out working with Matchroom and Hearn and the Zone again?
No, actually, I love the Zone. People. I think about 4 people from the Zone, behind the scenes cameras or talent management, hit me up and say, yo, man, we still love you over here and hope to work with you one day. So like I said before, the Zone and Matchroom is 2 different entities. You got to think about it, And I said before, I don't like the way how Eddie said it. And I felt like if Eddie would have said it a little more different, the UK fans would have took it a little more different. But the way he came out and blurted it and, kind of threw me under the bus, I get it. I know you understand he's mad, I know he's emotional. And I still got love for Eddie, you know what I mean? That's what I said before. Eddie was one of the very few guys you can really call on the blink of an eye, send a text message and crack a joke with. I still love you, Eddie. I still want to work with you, Eddie. I still got mad respect for you. You invested a lot of money in my career. And I would love to come back to you in the Zone. But like I say, time is of the essence. I'm the kind of person I like to plan ahead. You know what I mean? If anybody know anything about me, I've done so much in my career on my own. You might see promoters there, but a lot of it's instrumental on my side. That's what I'm trying to say. So, we'll see. My management team and my management are real close to Eddie. And like I said, I think when the time is right in the near future, me and Eddie will have that conversation. Right now, I'm right here. Now. I'm in the top rank card, and I just met Bob Arum today. That's a funny old coot, boy. I can tell you that. Bob Arum had me.
He's 150 years
old.
Yo,
that
Bob.
Dude had me.
He knows everything,
boy,
and he hasn't forgotten a thing.
Yo, man, Bob had me pissing tears, boy. He got some stories for days. But, yeah, man, like I said, I had a lot of phone calls from almost every top promoter at this point right now. You know what I mean? So the main thing is it's going in the right direction I want to go.
When we spoke literally more or less hours after Joshua's defeat to Ruiz, and A lot has happened in that kind of week that fell off the back of that defeat.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff come out, some of it speculation, most of it speculation, to be honest with you. But how do you kind of sort of assess that? We spoke straight after about kind of what we knew from the night, but then a lot kind of was suggested afterwards.
That he got a concussion from Joey Jomenko in training camp and da-da-da. Listen, my point is this. You're a professional. You're a boxer. Shit happens. If you're not ready, you postpone it. But if you're ready and you're going there, you got to deal with the consequences. I'm not making no excuses for AJ. He got his ass whooped. Andy beat him. Okay, you want to make a rematch, you make a rematch. It's that simple. But I'm not going to sit there and make excuses for him. I'm not out here disrespecting him either, like how some people would disrespect me. You know what I'm trying to say? Because if I throw shade, I'm throwing hella shade. I'm throwing shit at the wall that's not going to come off. But I'm not going to do that right now. Like I said, I'm focused on myself. But talking about AJ's thing, he got his ass whooped. That's it. Don't make no excuses. Don't make no excuses for him that he got his behind whooped in sparring. Shit happens. You know, it's not the first time we heard about him getting beat up in sparring, and he won fights before. You know what I mean? He fought Andy, the chubbier, fatter guy, and he won. Simple. Muscles don't mean shit.
What do you think happens in the rematch?
If it happens in UK, I still hope Andy can kick his butt. You know what I'm trying to say? But, you know, a lot of things favor AJ in UK when he fights, and Dylan White hit it on the head in one of his interviews he did recently. You know, I'm not going to go and repeat it. Go watch Dylan White's interview. He said about AJ fighting in America. But like I said before, in US we're a lot more forgiving, supposedly, than UK fans, because, you know, look at my situation. I'm from Brooklyn. I go in my hood every day. Yo, big baby, yo, go make it happen. Make it right. Get back when you knock this fool out. Where everybody's like, oh my God, forget big baby and da-da-da. Andre Ward saying crazy stuff. A lot of fighters I expect not to take wild crazy stuff were running their mouth crazy on camera and saying wild stuff. Like I said before, hope everybody had that same negative energy when I come back. But like I said, he fought in America. He lost in America. He got to come back here and prove himself. Plain and simple.
He said he wants to come back and fight in New York specifically because that's where the defeat took place. So is that what he needs to do to kind of exercise any demons about it?
I think that's what he needs to do. Is he going to do it with his next fight? I don't think so. You know what I mean? I'm in a perfect world in some ways. I wish it wasn't Andy, but if AJ wins the rematch, I knock his ass out next in New York. We put it back at MSG. You know, that's the best case scenario.
Are you still hopeful of that fight then?
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm hopeful of that fight. Like I said, some shit happens, the accident. Nobody thought Andy was going to win. I know Andy's going to whoop on him, but nobody thought Andy was going to. Shit happens. Andy whooped his behind. Shit happens. I didn't get the fight. But he can always come back. And I tell you one thing, though, this time I'm putting him in the hospital for more than an hour, that's for sure. I got a lot. Listen, man, your boy's coming. That's what I got to tell you. I'm dealing with my shit like a champ. I'm coming, plain and simple.
Okay, well listen, I know you're on your way out, and like I said, we've gone over everything we needed to go over beforehand, so...
Hard work, dedication, cheeseburgers, fish and chips, crumpets and tea, MTK Global, KUGAN, CASSIUS, we're out of here.
Jarrell Miller, thank you very much.
William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois.
We're done asleep.